Yo, what's going on, y'all? Today we got a VoD review of a gold Pharah. Before we start, I just want to say if anybody's interested in getting their VoDs reviewed or playing in mixed ranked pugs, join my Discord down below in the description. With all that out the way, let's just get right into the VoD review. We're playing Pharah here on King's Road defense with the Mercy. Everything looks good. Enemy has one hit scan. Alright, so you're allowed to poke as much as you want against them. Very happy with how you started with the whole blast the floor conk and shoot the floor and jump set up. That's very good. Good start, gets you a ton of height, and you have Mercy, so you can get all the HP you lost right back. Anyway, main thing I'm looking at right now is the enemy team composition. They're running Soldier and Doomfist, which means they don't have any they don't have anything to really kill you. Sorry, no. Soldier can Soldier's hit scan, I understand. He could pressure you, I understand. But you should be smart enough to kind of stay near walls. So if you do start taking, 80, 100 damage, then you go behind a wall and you hide away. Doomfist shouldn't be a threat to you. Now, every now and then you'll get one of those crazy Doomfist who goes for rollouts, but he's not a threat. And then Soldier realistically isn't a threat. He'll pressure you and you can get behind cover. But you can always poke and have enough reaction time. Whereas if you're versus someone like Ashe, McCree, or Widow who could burst you down in 1 to 2 shots, you don't have a lot of time to react to them. If you get shot by them. So just keep that in mind. Once you see Soldier pressuring you, then you start going towards cover. Besides that, play very aggressively. Alright, fuel management, you look like you're wasting a lot of it. Now, let's just go back like maybe 10 seconds. So like here, alright, you have no fuel. Alright, that's fine. You're going to be realistically stuck to the floor for the next 5 seconds. But then you jump and waste a little bit, jump and waste a little bit, jump and waste a little bit. The difference between being this high off the floor and this high off the floor is not that big. You might not have even seen my finger move. So at that point, just save your fuel, stay to the floor, jump if you need to, but probably don't waste fuel. If you're low on fuel, just let it come back. There you go. Now I'm trying to think to myself, damn, the enemy team pushed really aggressively here. How would I have disabled the enemy team from doing this in a gold game? And I think the answer would have been aggression. Like this whole time, I would have been poking. I would have been poking the whole goddamn time. Not shooting mainly the Reinhardt, but shooting kind of up top behind the Reinhardt, getting like that kind of angle into their Soldier, their Ana, their Zarya, etc. These shots on Doomfist could have been 2 shots going towards the Reinhardt, or just people behind the Reinhardt. I think that's what might have been different for me. And then here, since I know they don't have a ton to pressure me, would have flew up here. You're not a threat. You're not a threat. And then right here, you get good shots on the Ana. Your Sombra is looking like she's going for the Soldier soon, so you can maybe help her with that. I think that's what would have been the difference so far between you and I. I don't know how your Moira dashed with Fire Strike. That's unfortunate. Anyway. Yeah, you do a lot of this, I'm low fuel, and I'm panicking. Let me just start using fuel. So if there's no pressure on you, I want to see if you kill a Soldier. Damn. Okay, he got him. Anyway, if there's no pressure on you, you don't have to keep wasting fuel. Nobody's looking at you. Flying higher isn't really getting, or flying an inch higher isn't getting you that better of an angle. And, you're not dodging anything with it. So I would say just allow yourself to be on the floor more often, to regenerate fuel. And a good way to do that would be landing on high grounds. For example, if you're here and you're running out of fuel, you might land here, directly on the floor, just splat. But a better Pharah might land up here. So it's a little bit of height, and it does matter. It does make a difference. Or landing up here, which also makes a difference. Like, landing when you're regaining fuel on high ground is very effective. Now here, your attention should immediately shift to the Ana. Why? She's kind of like right below you. They have both tanks alive, which means if you don't focus the Ana, no one, goddamn well, no one else in your team is going to focus the Ana, which means you're going to be shooting at the tanks who are going to be getting healed by Ana. They have nano for him, so you need to shift your attention right now to that Ana. It's like a clip and a half of just no Ana, and it's hurting. Now we go for the Mercy. There we go. All right, cool. You got that. Now, Soldier came back, he got res and clapped your shit. I wasn't even talking about the positioning because my main focus there was your lack of focus on the correct target. Let's go back and explain. Why is Zarya and Reinhardt a bad target? Reinhardt has damage reduction. Reinhardt has a ton of healing coming his way. Zarya has effectively 600 HP with her bubbles and all that, and she's getting healed by Ana. Ana has 200 HP. She's oftentimes scoped in, and if you shoot her and pressure her, that means the attention is going off healing the tanks, which your team's focusing. And the attention goes on strafing you. Once you hear that res come in the kill feed, I would check who it is, and you see it's Soldier, then you start backing up. But it looks like you tunnel vision for that Ana kill. Oh, hopefully your Mercy kills her. Kills him. Oh, you're trolling Mercy. No. Unfortunately. Alright. I hope throughout the whole video that is an issue. I want to see you focusing tanks more. So you know what... Oh my god. So you know what to fix. Because... just playing with you in pugs and like your Pharah is pretty good mechanically. I guess it's just if you're shooting tanks 24/7 when there's easier targets available, you can really become a beast if you just switch your targets to the right ones. Oh, we're EMPing? Okay. Well, let's talk about this barrage real quick. So EMP barraging, that's fine. It's a good combo, especially good against Sigma or Diva. Few things I do want to say. Before you barrage, make it a thought in your head. Press left click and Q right, like basically simultaneously. You want to throw out that one rocket before you throw out your barrage, just because it's 120 damage. It might make a difference. And number two, before I use barrage, I like to use jump jet. Reason for that is it gets me a little higher, which gives me a better angle to use the floor as a backboard. Additionally, when you use that, people's aim has to change to find you midair, as opposed to if you used it right here, they know where you are. But if you jump jet, you change your like your positioning just a little bit. Might help you avoiding things like sleeps. All right. What do I want you doing here? Same thing, poking aggressively. Hopefully from that top left spot. I don't know where you're going.
Did someone call you?
I would just be chilling up here in this window. Up here. Because think about it this way. If you're staying where you are, you can only shoot people that appear down here. If you're up here, you shoot them at spawn. Your 20% ult charge becomes fucking 60% by the time the fight starts. And again, they don't have a Widow, they don't have McCree, they don't have Ashe. They don't have things that could kill you in like an instant. So you have time to react and fall back behind cover. And you have a Mercy with you 24/7 anyway. Oh, you're fucked. No, you're not fucked. Nice. So you might be saying, oh, if I was playing in that window, Soldier would have killed me. Probably not. Again, one, you're Pharah with a Mercy. You're pretty strong. 2 rockets will kill. 2, you wouldn't have allowed him to get into that position in the first place, which might have saved your whole pharmacy, which might have saved the whole fight. So, and you might have been at maybe 70% ult charge right now if you were up top in that that top left window poking, instead of just poking people coming through the choke. Just like, I don't know how to describe it without repeating myself. If you have the chance to poke with no pressure on you, only Soldier pressuring you, go right ahead. Alright, so here, Soldier is on high ground, kind of an issue. You're going to want to make him your focus. Going for this Doomfist in your backline's fine. That Conk Blast was really bad though. The jump jet was also really bad. If you don't have attention on you, if you're not really active in a fight, and you don't need a better angle that instant, don't waste jump jet. Don't waste Conk Blast. Like, save those cooldowns for when you're going to need them. If there's no one shooting at you and you're not dodging any damage with it, save it. Save it for when you are taking damage. Also, when your team grabs, you want to shoot into it. Just simply because the whole splash damage is insane. Anyway, you're not going to do anything from this distance. You're playing Pharah from a distance where Widow should be playing. I think you're showing the Soldier a little too much respect. What I think you should be doing is kind of avoid him for the most part. What I would do is probably stick closer to these walls, these left walls, so the Soldier can't really hit me. Go around here if I really need to. And once I'm around here, this is like within conch blast distance, I'll go forward, look at the floor, conch blast the floor, and go up, and then probably be within this distance of the soldier. And because I have a mercy and his mercy is elsewhere, I would win that fight. Whoops. Just ignore that. So right here, you have the right idea of going for the soldier. It's just your angle is really bad. You're trying to fight him like equal heights. You want to either be above him or get really close to him to the point where you can just hit his body directly. Good job shooting the low HP tanks. Good, good, good. I'm very surprised you stayed alive that fight. Or I'm very surprised your team won that fight. Because all it seemed like you were doing that fight for the first 60% of it was keeping your team alive. Good job taxing the mercy. Alright, start this fight on high ground. They're on double hit scan now. Now that they're on double... Oh, soldier killed himself. Nice. Now that they're on double hit scan, I would say try to focus more on killing tanks, staying alive, playing like a Junkrat would. Looks, you have barrage here, and this is a fat play lined up. I don't know if you're gonna go for it. Nice. Good bubble. I would have switched my focus after killing the Ana. Ana was the right person to focus initially. I would have switched it to the McCree. But I don't know if you know he was there. Because the outlines kind of told me he was there. I'm not sure if you knew he was there. But generally, you go in order of threat / CC when you're using a barrage. So you want to kill McCree's, Ana's, like soldiers, because they have Helix Rocket. A lot quicker. Oh, you hear grab. You hear grab, you get aggressive. Your grab's been really bad. Except for Alkiner. I lied. He had Space Jam. But if you hear a grab and you're on Pharah, you want to shoot into it almost no matter what. Like, it was a good attempt of you trying to save that mercy there. Uh-oh. You should be okay here. You'll be fine. Same thing. You could poke here, just be careful for the McCree. That's good poke. If you were doing that throughout, kind of when the cart was where it was, and it was a 6v6 fight, that would have been really good. But it looks like you're regrouping. Now here, you don't have fuel. You don't have fuel. You don't have fuel. You have fuel because you jump jetted up and you're regenerating, but like you're going in. Your tanks aren't really engaged. They're running double hit scan, so they can shoot the fuck out of you if they want to. You don't have barrage. This looks like it would be a good play if you had barrage, but you don't have cover near you. I mean, you found it because they didn't shoot you, but it was really scuffed. Interesting grab. Okay. Your Deadeye, fall back. I like this flank. Just don't drop into the enemy team. Yep, you're getting pegged. Fall back. Awesome. That's what I like to see. Up, soldier ult. Up, okay. Up, nano visor. Alright, I like this flank too. Now you start falling back. There's a ton of attention on you on this angle, so you're not going to want to take this angle. Normally, if I take one of these angles, I'm here for 1 or 2 shots maybe, and then go right back to my team. You can't stay here for long without a mercy against double hit scan. You almost have ult. Play for your ultimate, boy. Stay safe. Stay safe. Low percent of shots. Alright. If you have ultimate coming up, you're going to want to take a few seconds, regroup, get your mercy with you, and then go from a position that makes sense to barrage from. Which, what I would have done, probably when I was around 90% and you were around here, I would have just fell back to my team this way. The fight seemed like it was still broken down, like right here. So like that side would be my team, that side would be their team. And then from there, you could come in from back here and get a ton of good barrages into squishies. Or you could come over like the top. Enemies often won't look up here, and this would be a really good angle. But the angle you went from for barrage was really, really rough. And I don't think you like tracked who the fuck was threatening you, because there was a lot of people there. Like, you going for the mercy? Which is kind of questionable, even though the what's it called? I guess you did kill the Ana, or Ana was dead, but I would try to kill Ana and then any hit scan nearby. Alright, so I think I'm gonna stop the review there, but let's just talk about the few things I've seen wrong. Number one, I would say would be your height / fuel management. And why do I say height management instead of just fuel management? Is because a lot of the time you can land on nearby high grounds to save height, such as landing on top of the payload, landing on top of these ledges up here, blah blah blah. But you kind of just default to the floor, and that's pretty bad. Now you do rocket jump every now and then to gain fuel or to gain height, which is good. However, you can even do things like go up to these stairs, fly up to these stairs if you need to, get your fuel back, and then go up to here. Just simple things like before you want to start a fight, you want either height or a full thing of fuel and cooldowns to gain height throughout the fight. Ideally, you want to be on high ground, and then when the fight starts, you have jump jet and conch blast and a full thing of fuel available. But just when you're running low on fuel, try to land on high ground to regain it back, not directly on the floor. Number two, I would say would be your target priority. A lot of the time, you're just shooting tanks, and I don't know if that's a confidence thing. You're just shooting them because they're you know, thicker, easier targets, or if you shoot whatever's there because that's just what your brain tells you to do. But when there's two tanks alive, you're probably not going to kill them through both of the heals being alive. And if there's nothing to pressure you to like dive the backline, go ahead and dive the backline. Go for that Ana. Go for that Mercy. If there's only one hit scan and he's a soldier and he's not really that big of a threat, you can focus him too, because a lot of the time a pharmacy will beat a soldier in Mercy as long as the Ana isn't helping. You could burn through the Mercy healing with 2 damage boosted rockets. Issue number 3. What would I say issue number 3 is? I would just like general mechanics. I guess I could say general mechanics. But that kind of ties into number 1 and number 2. Like, your mechanics are fine. You hit a good amount of shots, probably a similar amount to mine. It's just when you're barraging, your barrages are rough. I would say try to use both cooldowns before you use barrage. You don't expect to live with barrage. However, if you're giving yourself in a position to get 2 or 3 kills, that's enough to win the fight most of the time. So use your left click before you use your barrage, just so you get that 1 rocket out. Use conch blast and jump jet to make sure your movement as erratic as possible. Make sure you're focusing higher priority threats when using it on this comp. You don't really want to shoot the Zarya or the Mercy unless she's rezzing. You want to go mainly for the Ana and then the McCree or Soldier. The things that could kill you or stop your barrage, you want to take out first, especially if they have a low HP pool, like a 200 HP target as opposed to a 600 HP Roadhog. With that being said, that's going to be the end of the review. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll probably talk to you about it on Discord. If anybody watching this has any questions or wants a review done, let me know in the comments or join my Discord in the description below. With all that being said, I'll see y'all later. Peace.